Hi, welcome to Trading with TK, teaching you to turn ideas into money. We're at www.tradingwithtk.com, and today's Thursday, May 8th. And if you've been reading my blog today, you can definitely tell I've had a change of opinion about this market. And it all started yesterday afternoon with that sell-off. Technicians don't, at the end of the day, pick up a chart book and say, what did the market do today? Look at this support, look at that resistance. No, they monitor the market all day long, and then they put the two together. They measure the strength of the rallies, the weakness of the pullbacks, or vice versa, and they're always gauging and trying to measure one against the other to see what the real direction of the market is. Until since March, late March, when I turned bullish, till now, the rallies have always been stronger. But yesterday, for the first time, I saw a change, and it was yesterday afternoon with that sell-off. More volume than I've seen in the sell-offs, and the sell-off went deeper than it should have. So I was able to write that off and say, well, okay, my indicators were so oversold that I was pretty sure we'd get a rally, but the kind of rally we needed to negate what happened yesterday afternoon was one of these knockdown, get out of my way, you can't have any stock, I want all of it, one of those kind of rallies where they were just falling over one another to get at them. And we didn't get that. We didn't even get close to that. Matter of fact, I wasn't quite sure we were even going to get a rally for a while there this morning. They couldn't seem to get any traction going. But we did manage to get a rally going, but it was not a good rally, not the kind we needed. So now we have another piece of evidence that says there's trouble. So I need evidence. So I start going through all my charts today trying to figure out, I've always told you there has to be a common theme. All these charts have to be telling you the same exact thing. So I went in search of the story, and I think I found it. And I'm going to show you that story tonight, and I'm going to show you why I think it makes sense. Because this is a big move for me. I've been bullish for almost 2 months, and for me to get off my bull horse and start to say things are going to roll over is a little difficult. It's not easy for me to do, but it's what I see and it's what I believe. So that's why I'm going to show it to you. We're not going to look at any stocks I sold, winners and losers. I'll post those on my site. You'll be able to take a look at them. I'm not going to bring any new stocks tonight because if I did, it would probably be a short, but I want to spend most of the time looking at the major indexes. And there is one stock we'll take a look at, and that's the stock we bought today, BCON, just for an update to see if everything's okay so far. So without further ado, let's take a look at BCON, and then after that, we'll get into the story part of the major indexes, okay? So don't go away. I'll be right back. All right, we're looking at a daily bar chart of BCON, and we bought this stock. I bought this stock this morning at $1.17, closed at $1.23, right on the high of the day, and you can see it's still intact. Now keep in mind, just because I think the market's going to roll over doesn't mean every stock's going to go down. There are some stocks that are destined to go higher, and I believe this is one of them. And it may not, we may not hold on to it till it gets to our target of $2.10, but certainly I don't see it having any trouble getting to $1.65, where we might sell it and then buy it back when it pulls back. But as of right now, stock looks like it should perform well for us. So we'll put that into our portfolio, and there's plenty of room there because like I said, I sold a number of them. Okay, let's get to the main story of the night, and that is, what is the story that all these charts are telling? Because they have to be the same story. And first we're going to start with the transportation average, because they're the leader. I've always told you, if something's going to change, you'll see it there first. And let's go back to the beginning. Reverse head and shoulders. I pointed this out to everyone when no one liked the market. I said this is a very bullish formation, right shoulder, left shoulder, head, and I got bullish right in here. And we wrote them up. Now you got to remember, from bottom to top is 900 points. So we get to the top. Now this is the all-time top. First time up, after being all the way down here, climbing all the way back up to the top, it's got to be resistance. And that's the common theme here in the story. Every single one of these charts I'm going to show you has run into a resistance area, a pretty big one. And that's why we're having trouble, and that's why they look like they're going to roll over. And I'm going to point every one of them out. That's the common theme that I found. Big resistance. Okay, now So the transports get up to this resistance area. Let's see how they handle it. Maybe they go through. What I see here is a double top. Can't rally. I mean, they were up 18 points, but you know, for the transports, that's no rally at all. So I'm pointing out this double top to you. You may not be able to see it, but I'm going to turn this into an hourly chart. And I'm sure you'll be able to see this because there's your goalpost where you can kick a football through. Remember that? Top, two symmetrical tops. It looks like a double top to me. So now we've got the transports up in a resistance area, and on top of that, it's putting in a bearish formation on us. So that's enough evidence for me to say very good, high probability, very high probability, because this is a game of probabilities. Very high probability that the high's been seen for a while, and now we're going to go down for a while. How low? I have no idea yet. But let's go continue the story. Here's the Dow Jones averages, okay? Now I'm going to show you where the resistance area is, but before I do that, I'm going to show you not only are we in a resistance area, but all of a sudden now we're putting in a bearish looking formation. One might even say that this is a head and shoulders pattern. Little head sticking up there, little left shoulder, little right shoulder, and now boom. Now this rally was meager. Not only that, it couldn't even get past the first line of resistance, which was right there, that low of the day before. It closed right on it. It couldn't even get back up here to the top end. That's why I'm saying there's a big change in character here. Let me show you where that resistance area is. I'm going to turn this into a weekly chart so you can see it better. And where it is right here. It's the bottom of this formation. Now that we're coming back up into it, it's a pretty big resistance area. I didn't realize how big it was going to be until the market started acting badly, and that's when I refocused on it and I said, aha. And then I went and checked all the other charts, and sure enough, same picture. Now we're going to take a look at the SPYs, and we're going to see the same story. Here's that resistance area right across. Bang, ran right into it again. That's why I'm saying this whole rally started from here to here. It's a very strong possibility that we may go back down and test these lows again. Now, I'm not making any predictions that far. What I'm saying is very high probability of the market rolling over. That's my story. Here's the QQQQs, and you can see here's that pattern again. Bang, it runs into it. And that's the problem we're having. Now this little pattern may not look like much to you right now, but this didn't either for the first day and a half. But look what it produced. So what I'm saying is, don't let these little patterns fool you that everything looks okay. There's a trouble here. There's a little bit of trouble going on here, and I want to point that out to you. Now I could be wrong. What will negate all this? Here's what will negate all of it: a knockdown rally that says, "Get out of my way. I want to own every share in sight," and a new high. It's got to break out above this old high. Then my story gets negated. I don't think that's going to happen. But if it does, then we'll be talking again. All right, so that's my story. That's what I see in all these charts. That's why I've turned from being very bullish to, I don't hate to say, bearish, but I do believe there's a very high probability that the rally's over for a while, and we may have to come back down here and test these lows. There's a strong possibility. All right, that's my view of the market until tomorrow. Oh, by the way, send in some questions for this weekend's question and answer period. Okay, until tomorrow, this is TK signing off.